Hello, Sarifa. Thank you so much for agreeing to this interview. Would you like to give a short introduction to yourself?
Hi, Eleanor. I'm Sarifa Patel. I live in Newham. I work in Newham and across London, mostly from the Zoom meetings since the COVID, but before Pan London. I'm a disabled mother of at least 3 disabled children, adult children now, and I've got 5 grandchildren, and I'm an activist. And I run 2 groups in Newham. One is called the Disability Rep Forum, which is a service user-led organisation. And the other one is where I support parents of disabled children, giving them emotional, psychological support as well as peer support. Because I'm a parent of disabled children, so I know what the lived experience is like. Thank you.
And what do you think of Disability History Month? What does it mean to you, if anything?
It means a lot to me because we never get talked about in a positive way. And society has a lot of barriers for us, and they make us feel like we're the problem. And actually, it's society that's the problem, because transport's always for an issue for disabled people. When I have serious mobility needs, sometimes I don't have the funds to organize a taxi. I can't travel on trains. I need somebody with me, and there's not always somebody there with me. I'm a wheelchair user, somebody to push me because I have serious arm problems with the fibromyalgia. I haven't got an electric wheelchair, so those kind of issues. So I really feel that disability history is looking at us and celebrating what we disabled people have achieved in about trying to bring about change for us.
The final question is, has disability how has disability impacted on you as a person of color, or how has being a person of color impacted on your disability?
Being a person of color and being disabled has been really actually a very negative experience from a cultural perspective, because our culture, especially the Asian community, as soon as I got disabled, when I slipped a disc in 1996 and I started using a walking stick, they wanted me to give up working, and they wanted me to feel sorry for myself because I was going to ask for help from social care. So if I needed help from social care, that means I wasn't fit enough to work. So it was like really negative. As a people of color from my own community. From the wider community, I faced a lot of discrimination because they also wanted me to do early retirement, and I didn't, because I still feel that as a disabled person, I was a good role model. I was working in school as a nursery nurse, preparative nursery nurse, traveling to different schools. Children love my walking stick. When I was working as a nursery nurse, they used to say, "Miss, can I use your walking stick?" And I used to let them, and it didn't used to be a fear for them to be around another disabled person and that. So, but I faced a lot of barriers because I was told to go to the OT. The OT wanted me to find another job. When I got another job, when they did another OT assessment, they said I wasn't fit enough to. It was lucky that Parents for Inclusion took me on when they did, and they got me access to work support, and that's how I carried on working. And now the only way I'm working is self-employed, because as a disabled person and a woman of color and a carer, you don't get that much opportunities. There's so much discrimination, especially if you say you're disabled and you're a carer. There's a lot of barriers.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarifa. Do you have more to add?
Pardon?
Do you have more to add?
Yeah, I do actually. I was just going to say, the biggest barrier sometimes you have is, especially as a woman that speaks up for herself and sticks up for other women, is that you face a lot of institutional racism. And then when you challenge them, they pull the rug like funding, like Parents for Inclusion used to challenge for me. So they pull the money from funding away from them. I challenged the local authority about institutional racism around my members who are also women of colours. And then I was told to leave my co-chairing position. So you face a lot of barriers caused by society, because they don't really want to hear that they have these attitude towards us. And as a disabled parent, if you ask for support, especially being a woman of color, you're put on child protection automatically. I was, and even now I'm rescuing a few women that have been, and it's just not fair.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.